all these goals.
Did,
Incredible.
did Vince just comment? Oh, hey, Vince. Apparently,
Wait,
we're live right now.
Yeah, well, that's also the annoying thing about this. The moment I turn this on, you have to come on FanFest Live and it's live. I hit the button, so I believe we
we
are
good.
live right now.
I'm
So
I'm not
we
supposed to be a guest right now. I'm just here.
honestly, one of our guests is in Ireland, so she wasn't able to hop on, and I don't know where the fuck Gundolorian is. So I'm actually big mad at the homie, the OG. So and two of our guys are daddying, so this is the most vibes lit stream we're just gonna do. Hey, Vince, if you're free, you want to hop on, my guy.
From this lit stream is brought to you by Maker's Mark Holiday Edition. May
Oh,
everyone have a happy holidays.
is it like spiced or anything?
No, they just put a little design on
Okay.
it. It's cute though.
Okay, no, you're good. You're good. We are live. This is a special lit stream. The reason why I say it's special is because this is the night before Live and Lit Chicago. The tickets go live. So the chances are, if you're listening to this right now through the podcast went after we're done with this, hi, hello. The link to Live and Lit should be in the show description. You can hit that and purchase your tickets right now. For people who are watching the replay, same thing. For the people live, I'm sorry, you got to wait until midnight. But I do want to push and show because one of the events we're doing is a 3-course breakfast. Midnight Eastern, no, midnight Central. It's my midnight.
I'm the captain now. Put some respect on CST, okay?
And so the chef that we're working with, I live in, oh yeah, you're good at 2 a.m. So we're selling 30. I would like to bump it up to 40, but I want to sell the 30 tickets first. 3 courses, uh, a appetizer slash amuse bouche, a main course, and there will be two versions. Either there's a traditional English breakfast, or there's a Americas, because I'm gonna do a little bit of East, West, South, and Midwest inspiration in the American breakfast, and a lovely dessert. That will be before the watch party. But what I wanted to highlight and show you guys, where is it? PDS. What? I have a video of. Oh, here we go. I have a video that I wanted to share. This is the last pop up I went to for the chef that he threw. It's a few of the meals that I had. I wanted to show you guys. It's logoed because there's no audio. So these are the bougie tater tots. These were truly the most amazing tater tots I've ever had. A 7-year age Gouda. It was like perfectly fried on the outside and on the
So
inside.
you guys are hosting fancy events.
Yes, no, this will be literally one of the most fancy like meals you've had, especially while rocking a football shirt if you're probably. And I don't want this to just be for city people. It's just basically if you love good food and you live in Chicago, please come through. For all the people who are listening to the audio, I'm sure none of this is making any sense for you. All I can tell you is check the replay on YouTube or Twitter, and then you can see what we're talking about.
Private school ass tater tots.
Bro, I did.
Oh my god.
I, yeah, I felt like I was in Switzerland somewhere. My parents are paying $100,000 a year, and I go to a private all boys school, and
That's
I'm
a day
learning like
school right there. That's like a
I'm
Miami country day. That's a country day tater tots right there.
I'm
Yeah.
learning like 5 different languages. It's beautiful. This is the reverse fried rice. What it says. I loved this. The chef was like, I didn't do anything crazy with this. I technically just nailed it, and nailed it. They did. This was So good. I guess I should have just kept playing. It's about 15 minutes long or 15 seconds long.
Krunk, how do you pronounce that? Togarashi?
Yeah, togarashi. It's just like a green, like a spiced. So
Oh,
yes,
that's
this
that's above my palate.
and this burger. It's funny because you just think a regular burger, ribeye patty, bone marrow jam. It was super delectable. And then these were legitimately the best beans I've ever had. And you would think, oh, it's just beans. Nah, bruh. I like dream about these. And the thing is, he'll never make any of these things again. So
Oh
this
wow.
is, but he's the reason. That's the main reason why I reached out to him, because he loves trying new things out, pushing himself as a chef, as an artist. And so we're gonna have fun. I met with him a couple weeks ago, and then I meet up with him again in 2 weeks, 3 weeks, in January. I don't even know what today is. In January, to hash out the final things. When you purchase your ticket to the breakfast, you'll also get merch shirt that we have. Let's see. Hold on, I might be able to pull that up as well.
Is it the same logo from the flyer
Mm-hmm.
or the? Okay,
Yep.
dope. I like
Yep.
the Chicago colors.
Yes.
Got a
So
great flag. You can't go wrong with that.
A lot of issues in most cities in like Chicago, but that flag is perfect. It's beautiful. And I just think of Red Stars every time I see it.
so there we go.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
this will be
Ooh,
what you can get. The logo on the top left is New Vision Photography, New World Vision Photography. They will be the videographer slash photographer for our day's event, and naturally our show sponsor, Fan Fest Live.
love you, FanFest.
Love you. So please, people who are free and available. So I ain't never seen no shit like that. Sorry, I'm just not reading the comments. Oh, that's hilarious. Oh man, yeah, I truly want to, because I'm a real big fan and I'm a foodie and I love elevating things when I can. And this is just a nice opportunity for people who maybe don't stretch themselves. This is a way for you to be fancy without actually having to dress or be fancy, because it's just vibes. Yeah, what's up?
Let's say I'm a person. I live in Phoenix, Arizona, and Chicago flights are crazy. How can I support, Crunk?
Thank you for asking. In general, we will be selling the shirts that you can just purchase. There are two prices. There's a price available for people who will be in Chicago. You can either meet us or I'll meet you, whatever. There is an added price for people who need the shirt delivered. So you purchase the shirt, you give us your information. Obviously, when you purchase the shirt, it asks for your address and everything. We send it to you. From there, we also have a couple of fundraising opportunities. You can donate money that way. $1, $5 if you want to be big baller. 100, $5. Vince talking about buying out bars. How about you buy out our shirts or something like that? Uh, and yeah, so that's a way that you can help donate. You can purchase merch. You can even buy a ticket. We will be live streaming the watch party on FanFest Live. We will be performing audio, but it will be from you can just watch the whole bar, their reactions, and hear us while at it. You can participate with that. It's a volunteered asking for $1, but obviously it's FanFest Live, it's free. Yeah, there are many, and I feel plenty ways. And then at the night, if everything keeps going according to plan, we will be throwing just a general football fan get together. Anybody who loves football are hopefully going to be renting out a different bar. I'm talking to them still, because it holds like 200 people, has an outside patio. I would love to throw a best kit fit contest, like just vibes. This is going to be a great chance for people to connect with us, put faces, real faces, onto the videos that you normally see us. I'm truly excited to connect with Shady Gang, with friends that we know. Yeah, I'm just very much looking forward to it.
So let me give Crunk some love, y'all. Like y'all don't know this, but if you can't tell, the reason he talks so much is because this is all Crunk. Like this is his vision, his execution, his planning, his connections, his work, the hours that none of us see as a part of the show. Like we just kind of show up and vibe. But Crunk is putting in the work. He had the vision to change the logo. He talks to the people who are doing the filmography, who's doing the videography, the chefs. Like this is all Crunk's baby. Like Crunk, you don't have any biological human children, I don't think. But I know you have this show in Hazelnut, right?
Yeah.
Like you are incredible. So kudos to you, man. I'm super excited. I'm about to buy my flight next month. Can't wait to celebrate 420 the right way,
Yes.
and see whoever shows up from Shady Game.
Yes, and truly, people, just make this a trip. You've been warned plenty of time. Get those tickets, like you said, those plane tickets. Make the drive. Do whatever you need to. I said to Kian, we're renting out like a big space because I want to even like record all that. And the first time us meeting, I want all that stuff recorded. If you're flying in from like England or like Kian from Ireland, hit us up. I mean, I can get an extra room, especially if you're going to spend that much for a flight. It's the least we can do. Just obviously don't murder us in our sleep. Okay, enough of the silly. Mitch, thank you for being so patient. I do appreciate you.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yes.
Pleasure to be here today. I was supposed to be the second guest, but here I am as the first guest.
Just hanging out. Yes. So
Yeah.
For people listening, because I'm gonna again publicly shame him, Gundolorian. I don't know what's going on. I truly do hope that you're safe. But if you are safe, happy, and healthy, I'm on your ass, bro. We're beefing, but not beefing. It's all love. But also, I'm very angry at you. And then Megan Swanick, she had a last-second trip to Ireland. So, like, that's a bad problem. She's like, there's no Wi-Fi out here. I tried to go to a coffee shop. It's like, that's actually a great problem to have. Enjoy Ireland. So, we're going to hang out with Mitch. And what I'm actually super excited about connecting with you, because another part of SPS that we have yet to connect with. I mean, it's the nicest way. How did you end up on SPS connecting with them?
Yeah, great question. I'm the diversity hire of the show Spontaneous Show. I
You said it, not me.
I started listening to the show a while back. I had followed Tozen on Twitter for a long time, as everybody does, because he has a lot of followers.
Yes.
They had James Benge, the reporter from CBS, on the podcast as a guest. I was like, that's really cool. I was working just like through the podcast on. It's an outstanding podcast, so I just started listening to it as a fan. Dean started doing at the beginning of last season. Started doing Arsenal pods, and the first one he was like just by himself. He was just like he took multiple drink breaks throughout it. It was awesome. It was great. So they did a couple episodes, and like on the end of one of the episodes, he said like, hey, if anyone wants to like be a guest, like reach out. And so I was like, yeah, fuck it, I'll reach out. And when I did, at the time, I was writing about Arsenal for about 2 years. I wrote threads on Twitter for a while, but then I also worked for Fansided for their site, Pain in the Arsenal. So I was doing writing, so my name was at least like out there. So when I reached out, he was like, "Oh yeah, I'm like a lazy fan of your work. Like, I absolutely like come on the show." And apparently, I did a good enough job to where they kept inviting me back, even though I'm a white dude. And so it's kind of crazy to think about that I was like a fan of the podcast and now am consistently on the Arsenal edition. And I host an MLS and NWSL pod that comes out every week that we're almost to the end of because MLS Cup Finals this weekend. But it's been very, very cool. It's an awesome project to be a part of. As you can see, this great merch that I'm wearing.
Yes.
We can't complain. Like, this is the nicest jersey I own. Like, genuinely, like, this is like the nicest quality jersey that I own, and it was cheaper than every other one that I bought. It's just I'm very honored to be a part of it, and just great group of guys. I think we're producing great stuff. I'm proud to be a part of it. And so yeah, that's why I was brought on.
Yeah, I love that. yeah, we've fucked with SBS heavy even before I did this show. I listened to SBS. Now it's more fun listening to them because I feel like we have like a connection with them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they have been one of the people that I was like most shocked that we connected with, and not like how easy, but like how welcoming they were. Like was
Mm-hmm.
insane. So yeah,
Dean
Because it's
Dean
been
always
like,
says
okay,
Dean
Mitch,
always
go ahead.
says that he doesn't like making new friends, but he's a very, very great guy. Like he's just like always like very friendly and like he's just like kind of grumpy about it, and then we'll like actually meet people and then be like fantastic.
yeah, it was because we did the I almost said charity shield. We did the charity shield episode,
Yep.
and before he came on, you could tell Coach was just like these fucking City fans, and Dean was just like, "Hey, just maybe try not to say anything too crazy." And then by the end of it, Coach was like, "Oh, this was great. Oh, this is great. Y'all are fine. Y'all are great." And we had a nice little laugh at the end. But I get that, especially with Man City winning away as much as they have, and just the general consensus, I am aware of it, of City fans is they kind of are like bratty people who suck sometimes. Uh, we have, I feel, work extremely hard to establish that that's really not what is of the city dumb. And I'm personally, because I handle all the social admins, I'm always battling against city people. Sometimes that doesn't go the best for us. Well, it's like, I don't know. It's just, especially now after this loss, and Sharpie, I guess how you're feeling about, how are you feeling since the loss? I I feel like I don't even know half of half of like our fan base just from their overreaction, because I tweeted it. What is happening right now literally happened last year. This is the same week we lost our first, or yeah, last week was the same time we lost our first place and we got moved down. It's all just happening all over again. Nothing has changed, and the fact that I saw Cheeky out, I saw Pep needs to retire, I saw just like crazy stuff. So people were just pathetic. Yeah,
So
I,
I'll
I,
go
I,
here,
I
right? Oh, go ahead, Mitch. Go ahead.
yeah.
I feel
Actually,
like that's any fan base. Like Arsenal fans freak out at fucking everything. Like
but that's
there's
like your
like
guys' brand, though. That's
that's true. 100% is our brand. Absolutely.
yeah.
But what you were saying with like City fans being like, I don't know, a little privileged about it. It's
Mhm.
like I saw a tweet today. It was like we never lost like this under Pellegrini. It was like, oh my
I
god,
lost my mind when I saw that.
you guys just won the treble. Like,
I
That's
what are
a
we
troll.
doing
That's a
here?
troll.
lost my
That has to be a
mind.
troll. It can't be serious. That's a troll, and we're gonna leave it though.
I lost my
Troll.
mind. And that was, yes, that was City Chief who posted that. You have 200,000 followers, bro. And someone was like arguing with me. And they're like, "Oh, they're being hyperbolic." You can't be hyperbolic with 200,000 followers. You're supposed to be a thought leader, and you're just you throwing the biggest temper tantrum and whining like a baby back bitch, and it pisses me off. It just makes us look so bad, and that's all it does. And those are the people that I want to beef with. And there are other people from like city podcasts that when I shoot at those people, they think that I'm talking about them, and it's just like, no, bro. I never said anything to you. I'm talking about these dummies. Are you a dummy? If you're a dummy, then maybe I am talking about you. I don't know. I don't know. It's one of those things that the shoe fits. How, Mitch, as a Arsenal fan, how are
Mhm.
you enjoying seeing City's uh, down phase at the moment?
I take everything with a grain of salt when it comes to Man City, and a
Hmm.
lot of this. a lot of it is like I'm looking peripherally because I refuse to watch Man City games. Like last season, absolutely not was not watching Man City games, especially in the run in because City are just fucking inevitable, and particularly last season. Um, I don't enjoy watching those games. I'll like, oh, Aston Villa scored. Let me like refresh the score every once in a while. But I think that part of how I'm going to get enjoyment as an Arsenal fan out of this season is if I keep looking at my own plate, because this is going to be another great season for Arsenal. Like last season was so much fun until the end, and this season should be no different. Well, actually, it should be different because we're going to win the league.
There it
Let me
is. There it
rephrase
is. There it
that.
is. Love it. Love it.
But it's something that we need to like. There's so many Arsenal fans that, as particularly this season, have um, it, they're feeling like it's the stress of the run in, and we're in when we're in October, in November, in December. It's like, guys, you've got to take a step back and you've got to enjoy this because we've spent so much time being dog shit that we're like finally good again. We're competing for titles, which is where we fucking want to be. We can't be freaking out at every given opportunity. Like we have to enjoy how likable and how great this team is. You like the yeah, I don't love that we conceded 3 goals to Luton Town. I fucking love that we won 4-3 against Luton Town, and I'm gonna celebrate the hell out of it. Like
That
I'm
game pissed me
happy
off
to
so
just
much.
like be a fan and be hyped about us winning and not worry about like, oh, our underlying values could be screwed up by conceding. Yeah, maybe fine. We looked good despite the fact that we conceded 3 goals and we won the game. That's what I'm taking out of this, and I'm going to enjoy it because I part of being a fan is enjoyment, but everyone likes being so fucking miserable all the time.
Like truly, I don't get it.
Yeah. So a lot of my looking at City is just peripherally, where it's like, oh, great, City drop points. I love that they're in third. That's awesome. As much ground as we can try to separate from you guys before you get KDB back, get John Stones back, get Rodri back, because then all of a sudden you're going to be Man City again, and that's scary. So like. Last year the Queen died and fucked everything up for us because we could have played you guys earlier in the season,
Uh-huh.
like when we had a healthy team and stuff. Um, and and so I'm blaming Queen Elizabeth. She's not a real Arsenal fan because she didn't let us win the league.
Classic. Classic.
Bro, you couldn't just not die for another week or so? Come on.
Unbelievable, unbelievable.
Selfish. Selfish. The most monarchical thing you can do.
This is a lit stream. This is why we call it the most dangerous show in football. Oh man.
So I will say this, right? Like, it's been interesting to watch adults have the same temperament that my middle school students do, um, which is very like hormonal, very like aggro, very like sad, very happy, very like just waves. And when you want a trouble, I would think I would just be a calm constant because we won a trouble literally only happened one time in the Premier League history before that, right? Like this is historic shit. And if you look at Man U's season after the trouble, it was far worse than what we're doing. Like it's just really going to be a natural drop off for people leaving, for integrating new players, obviously, for like injuries. We've had everything happen, and our bad spell is that we're still fourth with like the top offense and like a top five defense. Like I don't understand why people are losing their shit because you can look at the field and go, oh wait, who's not playing? Kevin De Bruyne. Who's not playing? Oh, Rodri was out this game. We know Rodri is like the most important player in Man City. He doesn't play. You might as well pencil in the loss. For the first time ever, Crunk was there. I penciled in a loss on our recording. People looked at me crazy, but I was like, no, we're going to. I said 3-2. We still lost by 1. Like I knew it because we didn't have enough guys. And at some point, if you don't have proper wingers, both of your best wingers are out. It's really hard to be creative. Like this shit is really simple. It's not complex. And so look at the schedule. Know that there are 23 matches remaining in a Premier League season, and we have a very easy run of fixtures coming up. Like we played a lot of big boys. We drew some. We lost one. Whatever. But like once you get into the Brentfords and the Evertons, and I don't give a fuck what they did today against Tottenham. Like we are going to go on an 8 to 10 game winning streak, and then it'll be like, oh my God, City are inevitable. They're coming back. How do we do this shit? And it's like we do this shit every year. Like every year I've been a City fan, we go down to the end except for the COVID year. That was literally the only time we have not been in the mix. And it's like, come on, guys, like grow up. It's so childish, and it takes the fun out of it because you're not going to win every fucking game. It's impossible. We didn't win it last year. Like 100 points isn't happening. The Premier League has gotten better. Just enjoy the shit and like root the team on. But I guess I have like Mitch, you're a Broncos fan, right? Like when you have other sports, I realize also you can divert your focus and care. But for some people, City is everything in their sporting world. And that's the thing I can't empathize with because I don't know that experience. I have a team in every single sport that I can like, oh, UNC basketball, Denver Broncos, Los Angeles Lakers, like the IST's coming on. When Anthony Davis tips off, I'm cutting this off right away. Like I can separate things. But like other people, if this is all you care about, I get that part, right? Like that would change my dynamic and God bless you, but I need you to like, as the homie says, touch grass. Like go do something positive with your life because typing these keys, it's not helpful.
Shout out to Byron. Yes.
Yeah, I think what you said about like following other sports is really interesting because like I care about Arsenal more than any other sports team that I follow, but like I still follow other sports like so closely, and I let the Broncos affect me too much, despite the fact that like I do care about Arsenal more than anyone else, and I think that does help, but also like I think from City fan perspective, I mean I think you could say this about like all Premier League fans is that like when there's like a specific game that happens and you don't do well, it's easy to just like have the tunnel vision towards this game and not have the wider vision of this season, because it's like in your mind. It's like, oh, we just lost to Aston Villa and we did not look good and it was really bad. I think we're bad now, because like you haven't seen a bad City in I don't know, fucking. When's the last time City was bad?
2009.
I have not watched the sport when City was a bad team.
Same. Like, I don't know bad City.
I did.
Pre-Aguero's goal. I don't know what happened before then, but like that had to be the time.
Garbage. So bad.
So like I think it's easy for fans, especially of respectfully, a spoiled fan base like Manchester City, to lose a couple games and not look good and to immediately be like, well, the sky is falling. I think that it's almost more warranted for City fans to be like that than it is for like Arsenal fans to be freaking the fuck out, because we've seen the trenches. We've seen how we've conceded 30 fucking shots to Watford, and like that's how low it can go. And like when we lose to Newcastle on a bad VAR decision, the sky isn't falling. Like we aren't a bad team all of a sudden. Nothing has changed there. We're still very good. And I think part of it is just kind of negativity drives clicks. Like yes. I don't know, Twitter blue's not helped. Like people are when they're negative, opposing fans chime in, and a lot of people are just like on the like I'm depressed about Arsenal losing train, or I'm depressed about X team losing train, and losing a game that you should have won, or dropping points where you should have won, and being like everything's gonna be okay is not a popular take. It's not a fun take for everyone because everyone sees the game very differently. I pride myself as an optimist, so because that's how I'm gonna enjoy the game. If I'm like miserable about Arsenal, I'm not going to be tuning in every week. So like if I still have like the hope and positivity, then I'm going to enjoy myself as a fan, even if things aren't going well.
I do get jealous of sometimes maybe not the teams that are in relegation because they're freaking out, but you'll see those teams and like people like Brighton who are trying to get there and figure things out. Their team struggles, and they're just like, "Yeah, team, we'll figure it out." I just want to see just neutrality. I'm not even asking for general positivity. I would just like to be able to scroll and just people be like, "Hey, I see this positive in something. Hey, I see this positive in something." I don't know. It's just a bunch of sad sacks. It's annoying.
Well, Crunk, you're a Celtics fan, right?
Yes.
If you go Celtics, you go Lakers, you go Yankees, I don't know, back in the day, the Red Wings, like you pick your sport with the dominant team. Alabama football, if you really want to get like a parallel.
Yes.
If you don't win it all, you suck, and it's a zero-sum game, and that's a terrible way to be a sports fan. Like, I'm a huge UNC basketball fan. I hate Duke with a passion, but like I also realized that like I saw UNC and Duke live in March, and Duke beat us, and like they were just better. And sometimes the better team wins. Like Pep said it right. Like the better team won on this day. Do I think that we have a better complete squad than Aston Villa? Yes, but for one day at Villa Park, they were clearly the better team. They deserved that goal. Actually happy for Leon Bailey because he had a rough first season in the Premier League. He got it together. Like, it happens. Shit happens. And when we look up in March, by the time we get to the fucking lit live and lit, it won't matter. It'll be like, oh, we dropped those points. Remember that? And then we won 18 out of the next 21 points. Wow, that's crazy. Like, that's what's about to happen. And so Mitch is like, but Mitch, I'm saying it and you know it, and you all are doing the same shit, right? Like, man, if Man United can win 15 out of 18, I think City can do the same thing. Like, shit's gonna be okay. And this race actually might be the race that people want because it's going to go. Like, I don't see Liverpool getting worse. I don't see Arsenal getting worse. Like, we are going to be there. And then you got Villa as some new blood with Tottenham as well. Like, it's going to be an exciting Premier League season, which everyone says they want. And even last year when they got it, they were still like, City's inevitable. No, we had to fight for that shit. And whoever gets this title is going to really deserve it. And that's like the best thing you can want out of sports.
I do think that it is going to be a 3-team title race for the most part. I think it's us and Liverpool. I kind of like said this from the beginning of the season. For a while, I was low on Liverpool, but then like they started playing, and I'm like, all right, I still have questions about their midfield, but I still think that they are like have enough quality to like be able to still compete for a title. Tottenham were never title competitors, but the media loves to paint them as such whenever they just like start having a random good run of form. We're now seeing the real Tottenham Hotspur, which is lovely. And yeah, it's going to be fun and stressful. And I will say that as someone who I've seen Arsenal win 3 trophies, all FA Cups. It's going to feel like fucking crack when we win the Premier League or if we win a major trophy or just something like that. Like the like feeling where it's like, oh, like all right, I got to look to next season. We got to do it again. I'm just going to be kicking back and be like, we won the Premier League. I don't fucking care. This is amazing. Like, this is
the 20-year anniversary, right, of the last Arsenal title?
Yeah, that's why we got the gold on the kits.
Gold, right?
So like, is the 20-year anniversary of the
Invincibles. It can get crazy, man. Like I wouldn't even be. I told people before, like if we win one or the other, Premier League or Champions League, either you get 4 PLs in a row or you get back-to-back Champions League. Both of those one has never been done, and one is like, are you Real Madrid? Yes or no, check box. Like, it's really fucking difficult. So, like, give me one of them, and then somebody else take the other one. Like, I'm okay with it.
Thank you for your generosity. Thank you. I appreciate it.
I'm not selfish anymore.
We won the treble. Yeah.
Thanks. Like, it's like, what's my man, Gladiator? Are you not entertained? Like, enjoy this shit, bro. Like, nobody can talk shit to me. I don't even get in banter anymore because what are you going to say to me? Have you won a trouble? Yes or no? All right, cool. Bye. Get out my comments. Like, there's nothing to talk about. Unless we can have fun and, like, I can shine on Bukayo Saka. I can love the way that Arteta's figured out how to use Havertz, right? I love how you have so many attacking options. The back line is solid. Like, Arsenal's an enjoyable watch. Like, I don't hate them because they haven't beaten us. The only team that's ever beaten us since I've been a fan has been Liverpool. And so, yes, I have a young fandom and whatever, who gives a fuck. But unless you're Liverpool, I don't really hate you because you haven't done shit to me. Like, I can't get mad at somebody who hasn't. When I'm the bully, how would I get mad at you? Like, so it's cute. Like, go Arsenal, go. Like, you got it. Like, good luck.
It's self-awareness, but also I'm fucking furious.
That's how I try to make a sandwich. It's a sandwich. It's like a s'more. It's a s'mores of compliments and, like, bullshit. Like, yeah.
It's like you're being so nice, but also just like, go fuck yourself.
You can't get this just in typing. I have to say it. Now we're here. That's right. That's right.
I did that because last week when I did hop on FanFest's live PL thing when they were giving love to just a bunch of different U.S. Premier League fans, and I was asked, And they're like, the how can you go up from a treble?
Can't.
And I was like, this really does. And I'm like explaining it, and naturally, it's win the trophies we haven't won. Try to get the quadruple. I call it the quadruple. I know it gets everybody angry, but that's half the reason why I love calling it the quadruple. If we win 4 PL titles in a row, that's it. That's it. It it sounds very smug, and it sounds like very a hole, but also the season is vibes. Like if we don't win anything, I am so excited about the previous season. I've been just trying to enjoy watching our team grow because the drop off in quality, it's obvious. It's there. Why can't we just this is like the first time that we in a long time, like Sharpie said, we are seeing our team struggle. We are seeing our team have to grow. Maybe not as obvious of a league leader. I love this. This is so fun. This is the most locked in I feel like I've been since we started making the like run. But once City started making that run last season, it really did kind of feel like, oh, here we go. I was really only worried about facing Real in the Champions League. But now that we've knocked that out, all I have in my brain is Tottenham away. And that's why it works so perfectly.
Why are they your fucking bogey team?
I
What
have
the
no
fuck
idea.
is that?
I hate it. I hate
It's
it.
Sun. It's Sunny. It's all Sunny. Like he's the one. He literally is the city killer. And it was always him. Harry was there. Harry would make the pass, but Sun would be the one who scores the goal. Like it never fails, especially on those 1-0 losses at Tottenham because we still haven't won at that new stadium. It's a fucking hall of horrors. But I want to pivot this conversation because enough about City right now. Mitch, talk to me about this squad and the comparison to last year. Like, where is the greatest growth? Because the game looks obviously Luton Town was like exciting, right? But overall, I see Arteta getting it to more. We have control. We are dominating the game. We're not just trying to win late at Bournemouth and hope Reece Nelson saves us. But what's been the biggest change for you?
Yeah, I there's been a couple of those kind of games this season where it's like the Luton game and the Man United game where like it was high scoring affair where we need a late winner to win it. That is not what we're trying to. Oh, clearly it's not what we're trying to do. I don't think any team's like, yeah, we're going to concede 2, but we're going to win 3-2, except for Unai Emery when he ran Arsenal. That there's a direct quote where he said, "I'd rather win 4-3 than 1-0," because he's a fucking lunatic. But it's been very clear this season that we're being more patient. We're a little less rock and roll. So it's been like a little less enjoyable to watch Arsenal, just in terms of like the like high powered offense that we had last year, where we're like we're gonna strike first, we're gonna go crazy, like we're gonna score fucking goals because that's what hurt us. Like the games that, about like the Southampton game where we drew 3-3, the Bournemouth game where we had to get a late winner. Those kind of games, because we were trying to like get out of the gate so fast, allowed us to get hit really fast out of the gates. Where you flip on the game, we're already down 1-0 like 30 seconds in. That's just not how you want to play a game at all. So we've been able to be a little bit more patient, and know it's almost like a cockiness thing. Like after last season, we like know how good of a team we are. Where it's like, hey, we know we're going to score. Like the Brentford game, I think is a really good example where I was getting pissed off as a fan because I'm like, why the fuck are we taking like 30 seconds per throw in? And it was just like, obviously 2020 vision, like we won the game, but like this team like knows how good they are. They know that like we're going to score, we're going to win this game, and it's a clear tactical choice to like be a little bit slower so that we aren't conceding goals at the rate we are last year. Now, we want to make sure that our goalkeeper is saving goals. That would be great. I like David Raya. I like Aaron Ramsdale. I want whoever's going to win us a fucking title to be our starting goalkeeper, quite frankly. But it's been a little bit slower, but you can see that there is a lot of like growth in how we want to operate. You look at like the new signings we've brought in, and just like biggest name obviously is Declan Rice, who's just like the biggest thing last season of how teams were able to score against us was in transition, and he just kind of cuts all of that shit out. Like, you cannot score a transition goal against Declan Rice. Like, he just covers so much space and is always there and is always going to be in the right spot to make sure that that isn't going to happen. Worst case scenario, someone gets through, Saliba's going to have a crazy fucking tackle because he's just him. Like, it's just like those kinds of things. This team is very, very well built and very well positioned to, like, Arteta is clearly looking at the Champions League and the Premier League as like, we can win these competitions. Maybe not this year, but we can win these competitions. And how we set up our team is how we are going to do this. Now, injuries can totally derail us again. Like, our back line's already looking kind of light. Tomiyasu's going to be out for a while, which really sucks because he was really finding form. But we have the pieces to do it this year. I think we've learned from, like, our mistakes from last season. I don't think we're as reliant on a first starting 11 as we were last season. Like, we're even seeing, like, Havertz scored against Brentford and then he didn't start the next game. Trossard started as the left 8. So, like, we're able to, like, have a lot of, like, I don't know if we have, like, a real set starting 11 where it's like every single game we're going to be playing this if everyone's healthy, which is good. That's how City is. That's, like, it makes you unpredictable. It makes you less reliant on just one player, where if Saliba gets hurt, your season's fucked. I mean, that's still probably going to be the case. Like, if Saliba gets hurt again, we might be fucked again. But it's been less exciting but more pragmatic and I think more effective this season.
Yeah, I hate it. I hate it so much. Because that Luton match, I legit was like, all right, 3-3. There's like 30 seconds left. Let me run to the bathroom real quick. And then I come back and Arsenal's happy. And I'm like, why the fuck are Arsenal happy right now? And then I just look at my TV and I see 4-3 and I'm, what? I thought it was supposed to be 6 minutes. Why are they almost in 98 minutes? What? I hate this club so much. I don't watch Arsenal specifically because of that. Oh man, I just get so angry every time it happens because it's like clockwork. The team gets ahead and you're like, okay, I know what is going to happen. The match against Luton, everything just seemed so loosey-goosey. Like, just watching the match, because even like the way both teams were just running back and forth, it was just,
there was a lot of space, like a weird amount of space. I was like, because I wasn't able to watch like every minute of that game because I was working, but the like last like 15 minutes I was able to watch. We're chasing that goal, and I'm like, I have never seen this much space against like a team that's in a relegation fight in the 96th minute, like while we're trying to chase a goal. Like, Odegaard had so much space to work in. I was like, what is going on? This is like so end to end, and it shouldn't be.
No. Yeah, it was like
no, but as soon as that set piece happened, Crunk, like, I knew somebody was heading to goal. I didn't know if it would be Rice or whoever else, but like once he whipped that ball in, I said Arsenal's gonna win. I was watching the game at a middle school basketball game, and I'm just like, I let out a scream at a dead part of the game. So people think something's wrong with me. I'm like, sorry, it's soccer. Like, it's around a bunch of black people. So like, nobody's out here like knowing soccer. So it's just, I look really crazy to be like, what are you yelling at? It's 5:30 p.m. Eastern time. What the fuck is wrong with you?
What are you talking about?
What are you talking about, bro? But like, it is inevitable, and that's what you're supposed to do against a bad team. Like, you're supposed to get the 3 points. Nobody cares how you get them. Get the points, and like the more you can become adjusted. This is like a PSA to Arsenal fans. The more you become like that, winning is the only goal, and you don't care about style points. It all becomes beautiful. Because when City switched to that 3-2-4-1 and we stopped scoring 4, 5, 6 goals, but we will win 2-0, 3-1, 3-0, 2-0. It gets boring, but boring wins. Like, it's very hard to win a PL title at heavy metal Liverpool. Like, that shit, that's why they only done once. Because it's really hard to keep that up. But if you can be consistent and you can rotate and understand that, like, hey, you have a whole squad for a reason. Everybody doesn't need to play every match, Newcastle. Like, use your players, Eddie Howe. Like, it can be done. It's not impossible. So, like, credit to Arsenal, Go guys. Go Gooners. You got it. You got it, guys. Everybody deserves that. It's like a participation trophy. You got it. Enjoy this run.
You can have the CL. Take the CL. I want the Premier League.
I want the back-to-back CL more because nobody's ever done it in England. Well, in the Premier League era, no one's ever done it.
The Champions League's the one
would be crazy.
that's the one thing we've never won. That's the only shit that Chelsea fans have to talk to us about.
I hate it
Is
so
that
much.
they've won the Champions League and we haven't. But I think that this team is like simultaneously it's built like it can win the Premier League, but it's also built like it can win the Champions League, which is a crazy thing to say in our first year in the Champions League back in like 7 years. But like the way that Champions League games are so much more fun because you don't have these like fucking like relegation like you don't have like you're not playing against teams like Everton who are just gonna like we're gonna sit back and we're gonna be fucking annoying. Like that's not happening in the Champions League group stage. You just like have like there's a reason that like Gabby Jesus and Gabriel Martinelli are like scoring for fun in the Champions League group stage, and it's because they have just so much space. Saka's not getting double marked. It's like this is he hasn't been not double marked since he was a teenager. He has had multiple people trying to defend him for the last like 2 years, and he's 22. Like I'm the same age as him, and he's been getting like double marked every single time, every single game, and now he's playing the Champions League games. Like, oh my god, what is this space? I can like just do whatever now. This is awesome.
How do you feel about Saka? He's 22 and he already had his 200th appearance for Arsenal. That's insane, and especially because Arsenal kind of has had history with young phenoms. He hasn't had, like, I don't even want to say the word because I don't want to put it on him, but he doesn't really get hurt or harmed, and he's not out for a while. I think we're kind of seeing it now with our players playing all the time, and Rodri with how he looks exhausted. Alvarez just looks completely knackered. Are you worried about that happening to him, or is you don't care because he's 22? Like that's not going to happen yet.
It's kind of reached a point where I am losing a little bit of that fear. I think all Arsenal fans have this like level of protectiveness about Saka because like he's an academy kid, he's our best player, it's fucking awesome. But like he's the second fastest player to get to 200, or second youngest player to get to 200 appearances. The first is Cesc Fabregas, who he retired like last year. Like he had a very very long career at a high level too, and so Saka is very clearly a very tough player because he gets hit the shit out of almost every single game, and is like very rarely misses games. In fact, one of the few games he missed was the game against you guys, and we still managed to win that game, thankfully. But I'm not worried about him. He's come out enough times and been like, I'm tough enough to be able to handle this. I can do this. You guys don't need to worry about me. I want to play as much as I am. Like it's not Arteta being a sicko and playing him at every moment. It's also like a thing where Arsenal fans have to realize, hey, Bukayo Saka is one of the best players in the world. He is a top two player at his position in the world. Top two players in their position in the world play every
Let's
single
talk
game.
about it. Who are the two?
Him and Salah are the top two right wingers in the world. They're like I don't think there's even a third that's close to them. If I'm being completely honest.
I just wanted to say it, but yeah, that's what I said. Good point.
And the best players in the world play every game. You can't be like, oh, we're gonna give you some rest because you look a little tired. He's the best player. He's one of the best right wingers in the world, and he's the best player on his team. He's going to play every single time he's healthy. That's just like there's a reason that Odegaard slipped into some bad form because he was hurt, but he was still trying to play through it because he's the captain and one of our best players. And then we finally took him out of some games, and now he's back. He's fully healthy, and he's playing like Odegaard again because he's healthy again. And when that happens, like Saka missed a couple games. We can take him out. We can rest him when he's actually hurt. But for the most part, he's a very, very tough player. And he's one of the best players. We got to play him.
Okay. Well, I don't got anything, and I want to get Sharpie so he can focus on his Lakers. My Celtics are already out of it. And I legit really wanted to win that Carabao Cup. I really wanted to win that.
Care about that.
So, Mitch, please let Shady Gang know where they can find you. Plug yourself, plug the things you do, all that.
You can find me on Twitter at Mitch Peotter, MITCHPEOTTER. But you can hear me on the Shirtless Plantain Show. Buy our merch, listen to all of our shit. It's great. Can't recommend it enough because I'm a fan of the show too. So because I'm not on every episode, so like every single episode I'm not on, I'm listening to because I genuinely think it's a fucking great show. And again, I can't talk up this jersey enough. It's beautiful. It's comfortable, and it's the highest quality shit that I own. But thank you guys so much for having me. I really, really appreciate it. Sorry that you guys heard me talk more than 20 minutes because that was the limit on what I was supposed to talk today. But
Hey, you're an emergency sub. You came through. You scored 2 goals, had an assist, couple tackles. Incredible.
I'm a super sub.
Yeah.
That's my role.
So it
100%.
was. Nailed it. I see how you plugged into SPS and you just did that. Now I get it.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Well, I am Crunk Chocolate. There's Sharpie. I'm still going to leave Mitch up here, so here's Mitch. We are Shades of Blue. We will see you... When is the match this weekend? Is it Saturday? Sunday. We'll see you Sunday morning. Other than that, check out the new episodes. All that other things. You know the vibes. Shady Gang. Shady Gang. Shady Gang.
I was joking. Go City. Let's win another one.
Tickets go on sale at midnight.